Welcome to today's Explainer. So when you think of Mother's Day, what's the very first thing that pops into your head? It's probably buying a fancy cake, right? Or scrambling to find that perfect present, maybe booking a spa day, or just doing that classic last-minute dash down the greeting card aisle. We've built up this whole modern expectation around treats and, well, fanfare. But the actual foundational history of this holiday, it is incredibly surprising. We're talking about a story deeply rooted in sacrifice, grassroots organizing, and ultimately a really tragic irony. So get ready, because we are about to look at that second Sunday in May in a completely new light. Let's dive right in and uncover how this day actually began.
Just look at all those cheerful advertisements we are literally bombarded with every single spring. Well, it might completely surprise you to learn that the origin of Mother's Day isn't actually a happy story. In fact, it's filled with dramatic irony. The exact things we do today to celebrate are the very things that ended up absolutely breaking the heart of the holiday's founder. It's a fascinating mystery, right? Like, how did a day designed for one specific profound purpose completely morph into something else entirely? Well, to figure that out, we first have to take a quick look at the historical context.
Now, you might be thinking of ancient history here. And yeah, it's totally true that Mother's Day, as a broad concept, has been celebrated for centuries across a bunch of different eras. The ancient Greeks and Romans, they threw grand festivals for it. Early Christian people had their own versions too. I mean, it's pretty much a universal human impulse to honor our moms. But here's the crucial takeaway. The modern Mother's Day, the one we all actually know and celebrate today, it doesn't stem directly from those ancient festivals. No way. It has a completely different reason and a highly specific modern origin story. It's not just some continuation of an ancient Roman party. It started with a very specific movement, and honestly, a very specific woman. The real seed of our modern holiday begins with a woman named Anne Reeves Jarvis. Back in the 1900s, just before the Civil War, Anne started these community groups known as the Mother's Day Work Clubs. And you have to notice the stark contrast here to what we typically picture today. Okay, these were definitely not groups organizing to go get their nails done or chill at a spa. Not at all. These clubs were gritty, boots-on-the-ground, community-focused organizations. They were created to actually help local women take care of their children. And later on, these groups even came together to do various peacekeeping activities. It was all about community action, pure survival, and mutual support among mothers during some incredibly difficult times. It was literally about rolling up your sleeves, not putting your feet up. So after establishing those incredibly hardworking clubs, Anne sadly passed away in 1905. That's when her daughter, Anna Jarvis, decided to step up and formally create Mother's Day. But her goal was laser-focused. She wanted a specific way to celebrate the deep, personal sacrifices that moms make for their children. By May of 1908, Anna organized a massive celebration for the day, and it was a runaway success. We're talking thousands of people joining in. The momentum was just incredible. By 1912, literally just 4 years later, virtually everybody was celebrating the Mother's Day we recognize today. It was this rapid, wildfire progression from one daughter's tribute to a full-blown nationwide phenomenon. But hey, remember that sad twist I mentioned earlier?
Yeah, so here is where things take a turn. As the years ticked by, the celebrations started to shift, and I mean dramatically. Anna Jarvis had this beautifully pure, foundational intent, right? Just remembering and honoring the many sacrifices moms make for their kids. But society quickly turned it into a massive industry. It became all about gifts, treats, massive fanfare, show, and pomp. People kind of just forgot that the holiday was supposed to be about heartfelt reflection. Instead, it just became another highly commercialized event. That original profound meaning, acknowledging a mother's silent sacrifices, was honestly just buried under a total avalanche of wrapping paper and retail treats.
In Anna Jarvis, she didn't just sit back and watch this happen. She was absolutely horrified. In fact, she spent the rest of her life passionately demanding that people, and I quote, drop the show and pomp around the festival. Just imagine that for a second. Imagine creating something so deeply personal just to honor your mother's hard work, only to watch it get hijacked into a massive retail opportunity. She didn't want people out there buying expensive gifts. She just wanted genuine reflection and heartfelt gratitude. She fiercely advocated against the very industries that were basically profiting off her own mother's memory.
Which brings us to the absolute deepest, most tragic irony of this entire story. Anna Jarvis spent her whole life on this crusade. She never even married. She dedicated herself completely, 100% to this cause, entirely in honor of lovely mothers all around the world. She actually gave up the opportunity to have her own traditional family life, to even be a mother herself. Also, she could fiercely protect the true meaning of a day designed to honor mothers. Her dedication was absolute. And honestly, it really puts our modern casual celebrations into a pretty stark, humbling perspective, doesn't it?
So, what does this all mean for us? How do we connect this rich, complicated history back to our own lives? Well, how do we celebrate genuinely without falling straight into that trap of just buying into the fanfare? Sometimes the absolute best wisdom is the simplest. Drawing directly from our source material for this explainer, here is a brilliant practical plan to truly honor Mom. Step 1, just stay at home. Seriously, don't worry about flashy outings. Step 2, do not let her do any work. Take the load off her shoulders entirely. Step 3, pamper her, exactly the way she pampers her kids every single day. And Step 4, buy a few simple ingredients and make her a delicious breakfast in bed. Look, even if the toast is a little burnt, it's not about the show and pomp that Anna Jarvis hated. It's about returning that beautiful gift of care, effort, and time.
So I want to leave you with this one thought. How will you truly honor the sacrifices of the mothers in your life? Now that you know the real history, the gritty hard work of the Mother's Day work clubs, the intense, deep devotion of Anna Jarvis, and her absolutely heartbreaking fight against commercialization, how does that change the way you look at this holiday? I really hope this story challenges you to look past the expensive gifts and the sweet treats and to focus instead on genuine appreciation for the sacrifices made out of pure love. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer, and I absolutely cannot wait to dive into our next fascinating topic.